see what John's doing before we zoom in. I'm gonna let some people join us here. We are going to be talking about this repair here. Let's see here. It's probably about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 from here to there. You got a good little crease dent. There's some paint damage in there. You see that? So we're going to talk about using some tools. We're going to use some different flat bars here. Probably going to start with this tool, and then we're going to finish with this flat bar right here. I am going to get a window guard too as well. I don't think I've got one. I didn't prepare myself on that one, so we will put a window guard in here. Big John's working on a repair. If you follow our Instagram, he is right over there, and that he's hiding behind that corner. And so be patient with me. I know everybody's used to fast videos, straight to the point. This is a live video, so we're not going to have an action-packed, but we are going to have a lot of cool things talking about some tools, PDR tools. Also, I'm going to switch the camera up to myself too as well. January 21st, I'm going to have a free webinar. Pardon the noise, because we are doing dents here. And anyways, a free webinar for beginners, straight for beginners. The most common question, even though I have videos on here about which tools they should buy, you'll be able to ask ask questions, get your full information in. And if you're a PDR beginner, I'm just going to tell you right now, the biggest mistake that you guys make is that you buy tools you don't understand how to use. And you probably spend way more than you want to, or you buy such crappy tools that you're going to spend just as much money, if not more, rebuying the tools that you should have bought in the first place. So stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put a story here too as well, and TikTok, I'm on there, and my Facebook page. So stay tuned on that. So what we're really going to talk about here is some different tools. I'm going to show you that again. So we're going to be working with these 2 flat bars. All right, one's sharper, one's duller than the other. This one's one of my latest ones here. We're going to be probably using mainly this tap down right here. This is a root beer tap down. And we're going to be using a couple paddles that I like to use. All right, this is one of the newest ones right here. This is another new one right there. Okay, Glexo. So we're going to try both of these. They have different weights to them. And I've got a 360 camera hooked up to me here. So I'll post this on Dent Trainer. I've got a couple of videos I'm going to post on there. I'm actually going to be doing live webinars on there for my Dent Trainer members too. So if you're a Dent Trainer member, stay tuned for that. That's coming out. A lot of them for 2023, and exclusively way more in depth and more detail. So this is for anybody who wants to learn how I do these dents, and anybody maybe they're interested in learning paintless dent repair themselves. So, okay. Let me get a window guard real quick, if you guys don't mind. Let me just walk over here. We're a little squished today. So one of the things I like to use is a window guard right here. This is a wedge. This is my window guard here. All right. Oops. Sorry. This is my setup. So you guys can see the tool setups here. I'm going to put this down. And another thing too is I always check to see if this window is dual pane, and when I roll it down, I feel it just to make sure it's not a dual pane window, because dual pane windows tend to be a lot more fragile. Yeah, also known as laminated, as John would say. Okay. So we're going to spread this window open. A lot of people wonder how we actually fix dents. Do we take off the door panel to assume that, or do we suck it out? And that's going to be a lot more finesse than that. I think I need to move this over. Okay, my flat bar needs to come straight down on this. So, cool thing about this wedge too, it doesn't come out when you are applying pressure back and forth against the panel. So we're going to apply pressure right against this window guard here. All right, so now we're set. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right. You know I like to give you the best of the best shots if I can, without me being in the way. I'm going to zoom out just so you guys get a perspective. I am going to be using this tool right here. This is from a better... How long are you going to be tapping, John? Just for a second. Can you just hold that just for a little bit? Yeah. This tool right here is a better repair. All right, it's one of the latest flat bars. You'll notice this tip is very super smooth. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to try to get some of this meat out right here, and then we'll go to a sharper tool. Now I'm going to pull out even further. What's up, cold fire? Okay, here is the flat bar, how it goes in. All right, so just giving you a different look there. I got a 360 camera. I'm going to sync this up later on. It will be on there. I don't know why I take this thing off. I shouldn't have taken this off. Why do I do that, man? Why do I kill myself here? Okay, last time I'm going to take that camera off here. Stay with me. All right, so we're going to apply pressure one more time, like I said, like this. I'll have the 360 camera on, and then you guys can watch from later on. Now I'm going to apply pressure. I'm going to zoom in. I'm starting from this angle right here. This has paint chips. Some guys and ladies have a really hard time seeing through that, okay? Well, with me, sorry, I'm just trying to get you the right. What I'm trying to do is look through the black. I'm looking at the black line, setting it up like this, right? And I'm worried, I'm just concerned with how wide the width of that reflection is. And what I'm doing is I'm making a nice pass. Gosh, this tool's really good. I may not have to use that sharp tool, sharp flat bar. Now we do paint repair too as well. So if this client wanted their scratch repaired, unfortunately the only way to fix this correctly is to repaint the whole entire panel, right? If you do apply touch-up, it's going to look, which I think they did, and it doesn't match, as you can see. It looks like paint on top of paint, right? And for you ladies out there, if you scratched your fingernail, do you have to repaint the whole nail, or can you touch it up? And the answer is yes, you'd have to repaint the whole nail, and that's pretty much the same case scenario for a scratched panel. So let's get going. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I'm gonna get the bulk of this going. If it gets super deep and I notice that it's starting to get a little tight, I will stop and tap down. Okay. I'll move the board and I'll zoom in just to make sure you guys can see what I see. It's a little pinched in this section right here. I'm going to tilt my board down so I'm not hitting it. Now you can see I've pretty much got half of the dent out already. All right, so we are going, while following this, this is a crease, right? So I'm zipping up the dent, going that way. Right. So we got the deeper part here. I haven't cross-checked yet, so meaning Well, cross-checking is when I will take this reflection and I'll go like this, right? And then I need to just tap down right there. But it's looking pretty good. I don't see any obvious miss pushes. So I think it's pretty good. It's a good candidate to keep going. Now you do count some rings in there. That means I'm looking at the depth of this sucker. So 1, 2, 3, it's a little bit deeper. I'm gonna start from the other angle. So where I'm going, I'm gonna go over here. This is the process of us removing a dent. Now, it may look super easy to some of you people, but it's not. I just make it look a lot easier than it is. So I'm applying pressure, stop, pull it back. Make sure I'm not going too hard or too soft. A lot of muscle memory that we do. Now I'm going towards right into the scratch area. In this section, I like to over push. Set it up, tap down. I'm gonna use this other tap down. This is the Glexo one. Really nice stuff. This is actually from Russia. They have really nice tools. They have glue, cold glue products. So if you see me taking out dents without having to use hot glue, that's some of their products there. This is their really nice, beautiful paddle. Let's see how it works. How I like it. And this giant thing is from Anson. So it has another feature on there. We're not going to get into that, but this is a nice tap down. This is a firing pin root beer tap down. Very accurate, very nice for finishing these dents, these high spots. Very good. I'll open this up. Now it doesn't hurt the car. Some of you are like, does that hurt the paint? Not at all. Okay, I'll zoom in because I know I was just having you watch how I was tapping. All right, so we've got still a little bit of a fat spot. This is where I'll switch flat bars. Now I'm going to go with this. Super sharp. Hey, if you guys find this video any interesting or helpful, do me a favor, give me a like on there. Feel free to comment if you want. Now's the time to ask if you're a newbie or anything like that. You may want to have an opportunity to ask. On that paddle is sweet looking. Yeah, I'm assuming, I don't know which one you're talking about, but they're both pretty sweet looking. Let's just show them both, right? I'll pull that out back. There. Pretty cool, huh? This one's a double-sided one. This one is the latest one from Anson. I think it's a freaking great steal. 99 bucks for this one. I don't know what this one retails for, but I'm assuming it's somewhere around the same price. A good paddle is going to last you forever. It is your bread and butter when you're tapping down. Okay, and we won't get into that. I talk about these type of paddles on denttrainer.com too. Okay, so let's go. So we're good on that. Now I'm going back to this. I'm going to go. This flat bar is from Dent Craft. Okay, it's originally made from Dent gear by Dent Craft. Now Dent Craft makes it. It's a super stiff one, but I did get this at Anson. So if you're not familiar with Anson, AnsonPDR.com is where you can get pretty much 90% of the main tools out there that are being made, professional PDR tools out there, okay? So that's one. Hopefully I got some good leverage already. Yeah, it does look like I got that, okay? Now, one thing why I went too sharp is because now Now I can pick out the little stuff, right? I don't want to over push anything on purpose, at least, or an accident, shall I say. I want to do it on purpose. Now I can get in there and just pick out the details. And I'll rinse and repeat. And I'll be left with the scratch. Now, if I have a client, you know, generally the dent is the eyesore, and then after I'm done, the paint is the eyesore. So we do have an option to ask them if they want to paint the panel, but that gets almost as expensive, if not more expensive, than the PDR repair itself. Again, if you guys have any questions on any of the tools, if you're new, you can leave a comment. Yeah, who's your dent removal? Yeah, the Anson does have a cool little, dude, these come as cheap as $40 with leather. So you may want to talk about that. I'd get one of those. Hey Mike, does the Anson sell that light setup you're using, all with the line board ready to go? I can't seem to find anything without having to purchase different tools all set up. No, this one is actually, this is an ultra light with that line board setup. So you can actually order all in one shot from Ultra. So if that's what you're interested in. Here, let me give you a look at this right there. So this is the latest board. This is my technician has this. Now this is a custom reflection board he has.
I just had a green film put on the back.
Yeah, and if you guys want to get like super technical, you can actually put some green film on the back of your lens and you'll get that type of shade. So actually put it against the panel right there, John. So, and that's the true color it gives, okay?
It's really good with white cars and bright sunlight.
Yeah, so he works out, he's an outdoor tech, you know, he works in here probably 2-3 days a week, but he's mainly outside. That's Big John right there. And that's the light setup we have. So you can get this whole setup at Ultra, okay? So go check that out, okay? We did give one of those lights away as well for the Dent Trainer giveaway. All right, so I'm just about done here. I'm just gonna be, not gonna, you can see I got probably still a little, since I tapped down, I got a little bit more low. I'm cross-checking against it. You can see that there is a little bit of a fat spot right here, okay? And maybe, yeah, right here and here. So it kind of goes in this section here. See it? You see that? So without bumping my camera here, I'm gonna try, there we go, to push that out. I'm gonna over push. That's the biggest thing that any new tech and still a veteran tech down the line has a hard time with, is understanding how to accurately over push. Because if you don't, you're gonna play the merry-go-round game. You're gonna go back and forth, and then you get frustrated. Then you push out of frustration and you mess it up. So that's it. These are some of the tools I use. I think I still got a little bit low there. Yeah, I do. But it gets more shallow. It gets more easier. So I don't care how close I get to the end. If it's still there, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna reset. And sometimes I don't even need to do that. I mean, use the sharp, I can go back to my other tip because it's not as deep. And when you use a couple different tips and you got pretty much the center out, you don't need to be as accurate. It turns into a horseshoe game almost, like horseshoes and hand grenades. You just have to get close and it wants to go back to its shape. It's got a little bit of a pinch right here in the middle. Oops. But I'm gonna make sure it's out by over pushing on purpose. Now, some people ask me, let me make sure you guys, right on, thank you. Yeah, you're right. Okay, some people ask me how come you don't use heat all the time? Well, you do realize I'm in a controlled environment. It's probably about 72 degrees in here. I don't always use heat. But that doesn't mean you guys shouldn't. Especially if you guys are out during this time of year. It's cold. And as always, I just rinse and repeat. A new dent. I usually say a new car. All right, I got a little bit of that low in there still. I'm giving this dent for free for this client because I'm going to use it as my live video here. And it can be pretty hard to see around chipped paint. Like this has a giant, scratch in it right through the depth of that crease. So it can definitely be hard to read. Main thing is you don't want to keep, you don't want to flake that paint, so that's why you'd probably want to use heat. I'll cross-check again. Yeah, see how I cross-check? Look at that. It's not even close to done. When you work creases, it's important you cross-check. Super important. Can't just fix it one way. Yeah, you shouldn't do that on any dent, technically. That's why I'm doing this dent, because it's not nearly as easy as people would assume. It's so hard to keep people, help them understand the details when they just look for, they think that, oh, that's why I'm not doing it. And then they get off the video and then they go try it and they don't watch the full tutorial or advice. I wouldn't call this a full tutorial. I'm pretty more in depth than my other stuff I do. But it's helpful. Getting there. Actually, in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a door tool. If I have one. John, where is one of my door tools, man? No, there's one. There's one. I don't have any. Where is there a handle over here?
Like a right hand?
What, like a Anson handle? Where the heck did they?
There'd be in your drawer, wouldn't there?
I got one finally. This one. Sorry guys, I was looking for this. All right. I'm gonna actually add a. I'm just gonna get some different leverage to this. As you can see, I've got a nice leverage now. I'm gonna move this window guard back though. This is too tall. The great thing about different window door tools is that you can go different length. Now this is much shorter, as it should, because I don't have much more distance. And the kick on this thing is freaking phenomenal. If you are a new tech and you don't have a good set of door tools, you don't know what you're missing. And then you're gonna go, fudge, this freaking life is a lot easier pushing dents that are more comfortable with a lot more leverage. Actually, I should have switched in here. I'm always gonna cross check a little bit. Right there, I'm gonna go for. Gosh dang, these things are so good. Okay. Looking pretty good. Should have named these door tools. Life just got easier. Hey, how do you like those door tools, John? Door lords.
The door lords?
Yeah.
I like them.
See how excited he said that?
Oh my god, they make mine so easy.
John's in a mode. He's like, man, it's late. I want to go home.
Wrong mode.
Huh?
I'm in focus mode.
Yeah, he is in focus mode. That's the deepest part right there. I tell you what. I tell you what. See, now you can see the scratch way more apparent, right? This thing had freaking hit the comments and I can't see. Now you don't see the impression in there anymore. I have to buff out a little bit. Now what I would do, super technical here, and what I would do is get eye level. Gosh dang it, freaking chats keep popping up and I can't see. One thing I don't like about YouTube, man, they don't let me do two things at once here. So there you go, there is that part right there. So I gotta still touch up. I'll focus on it a second here, guys. You see how the lines are a little pinched right here? So I've got to tap this down. Got to tap it down. Without getting my hand in the way. This is a feat. Remember, you got to get eye level to fix your dents. If you're not getting eye level, you're cheating. You're cheating yourself, because you know what happens when a customer when they start walking, you got to remember that they're eye level when they're walking to their car, and they will see these flaws. They don't have to have a trained eye to see that. I got a little bit of a low this side right here. I got still a little low there, tiny bit pinched here. So fix this area. Fix a little bit here. Fix over here. And tap down. We will switch sides too, because I think we need to switch sides. Give my dent some love from this side. Oh yeah, we definitely didn't see this. This is what makes it challenging, because you can't see the entire bottom of that dent. Got it pretty straight, still a little bit low here. Right there. See how the line's supposed to be nice and even like these? It's a little bit fat here and a little bit fat there. Mm-hmm. Bada bing, bada bing. Thank gosh. I didn't want this to go too long. So there we go. This is generally how we fix dents that have scratches in them. You still get it out safely without damaging or disturbing the rest of that paint that's chipped or cracked. Okay. Just going over the tools real quick. What's going on? Beto from Brazil. So we're going, this is the tool I was using. These three. All right. This handle and these knockdowns, dude. That's basically that's my go-tos right there on that. This is actually in the top 5 tools or top 10 tools, flat bars, the door lords. These are accessories I consider. Paddles are, that's totally up to you. That's up to your discretion, what you like. But other than that, these are the tools I use a lot for these type of repairs or in the doors. So if you found that helpful and you watched it, please don't forget to hit that like button. I don't care if you subscribe. If you want to subscribe, that's great, because then you get notified when I do videos like this live, and then you can watch them. Sometimes I don't even leave them up, so that'll give you, kind of just a little bit more incentive to hang out, okay? Thanks a lot, you guys. You can reach me on denttime.com, go to my website, and you can go to my social media. My handle is denttime pretty much everywhere, all right? Thanks a lot, you guys. Hey, appreciate it, Terry. Take care, guys. Have a good night.